Okay, welcome to Conversations with Neighbours, where we highlight the people and organizations making our community stronger. Today, I'm joined by Ryan Schell, Chief Fire Prevention Officer at Central York Fire Services. Ryan has over 20 years of experience in the fire service, starting his career in 2001 with the Aurora Fire Department and rising through the ranks to lead the prevention division at CYFS. In 2023, he was recognized across Ontario with the Suleman Award for Fire Prevention Employee of the Year. No small feat. As Chief of Fire Prevention, Ryan oversees public education, inspections, and investigations, all focused with helping families stay safe. Very important. Today, we're going to talk about the most common causes of fires, the growing risks around batteries, and the steps we can all take to protect our homes and loved ones. Welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me today. And I'm really looking forward to this conversation with Neighbours.
Yes, me too. Okay, so let's start with, what are some of the most common causes of fires in homes?
Yeah, I mean, it's been this way for a few years now. The most common fire that we see in residential homes right now, it hasn't changed. It's cooking, right? Okay. That's the number one. So, and I can't see that going anywhere soon. It's one of those things where we want to tell everyone in the community, please, watch what you heat. They've said watch what you eat before, but we want you in the fire service to watch what you heat. So stand by your pan. Yeah. A lot of these fires are coming from unattended cooking, right? So you get distracted. The kids are doing something. You hear the doorbell, the dog's downstairs, and you leave what you're cooking. And that's where these fires are occurring from. So all big fires start small, and they get a chance to grow when you're not watching them, right? So stand by your pan. Another thing we can say to the families out there is just ensure you keep that 3-foot safety radius around the stove, right? So our lives are busy. We have kids, we have pets, and sometimes things get bumped accidentally. So you want to make sure you have that safety zone of combustibles away from the stove, and it's a safe family zone as well. So cooking's number one,
Even it doesn't matter what type of stove you have either, because if you have stuff around it, one little flame can start and could catch something else, and then, it's a chain reaction.
It's a source of heat.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, other things you'd see in the home, you'd see electrical, you'd see smoking, but cooking's number one. I'm actually glad we're on the show today, because believe it or not, I think one of the more common misconceptions is the number 2 area of origin right now for residential home fires, believe it or not, is the garage.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So things are changing nowadays with fire safety. So we're seeing a lot more sources come from the garage area, right? So you might have a charging tool out there. People are using the garages for workshops, storages areas out there right now. Not necessarily just parking your car in there anymore, right? And also with the rise of electric cars and charging stations, we're seeing that's trending now towards the number 2 area of origin, right? So
yeah, and people probably leave a lot of flammable things in their garage. It's like outside of the home. Yep. So it's like you feel like it's safe out there. But as we're doing more in-home things in the garage now, those two don't always mix.
Yeah. So, I mean, some common things you can do is smoke outside, right? Don't smoke in the garage, right? Cooking, we see deep fryers. People will put them in the garage, put that outside, right? So you want to make sure you protect you and your family. There's even a really cool product. I brought it in here today. It's not here code right now, but for an extra level of protection for you and your family, you can get a heat alarm. Right. So we've all heard of smoke alarms, and we've heard of carbon monoxide alarms. That's top of mind for every family right now, but you may not have heard of a heat alarm. The advantages of one of these is it only goes off when it reaches 135 degrees. So it has to be a fire for it to go off. It's not going to false alarm from smoke or dust that we see in the garage. If you start your car, your exhaust might false alarm with a smoke alarm. It's not going to false alarm with a heat alarm, right? So brand new device that's out there. Again, it's something you can choose to protect you and your family.
When did this device come out? Me as the business person now, I'm like...
Yeah, well, you know what? Manitoba has it now law out in the province of Manitoba. There was a law that was passed for all new construction And that's where the rise of this device actually came from. And if you go over in Europe, actually, you'll see them in garages already and in kitchens.
Yeah.
So here in Ontario, it's strictly just a good idea. And if you want to choose that option, you can. And it's a nice way to protect you and your family from anything that might occur in the garage area. Because right now, it is a large area without an early warning device in there, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great device.
Yeah.
So this year's Fire Prevention Week, it's all about batteries.
Yes.
Let's talk about batteries.
All right. So charge into fire safety is the theme this year for the NFPA. And that will be our theme for Fire Prevention Week this year. For more information on that, you can see nfpa.org for that information, and always our website as well. So we're purchasing more and more electronic devices nowadays. And a lot of people will say to me, well, what is a lithium-ion battery? Where are lithium-ion batteries, right? So they can be seen in a lot of common household products. So you have them in your laptop computers, right? You have them in your smartphones. Everyone's got some sort of smartphone, right? We have them in our e-scooters. We have them in our laptop computers, e-cigarettes, drones, even our watches, right? So there's a large amount of energy in there in a small area. So we want to respect the battery. We want to make sure that we're buying the correct products, right? So it's a listed product that's been tested by a recognized agency, a national agency, like ULC, for example, or CSA. So you want to buy the right product. You want to ensure that you charge correctly. Right. So you want to charge on a hard, flat area. You don't want to be charging near a bed or a blanket or a sheet. You know, there's a possibility there of something happening. Right. So you want to keep it away from anything that can burn. When you charge, you want to charge with the correct charging cord. You don't want to go out and be purchasing an aftermarket product. Right. One of the more common things I see as a fire investigator is people that'll go out and buy a cheap battery as a replacement. So maybe you have that cordless vacuum and a name brand vacuum, really great, efficient, and the battery's starting to die on you, right? So you go on the internet and you purchase a replacement battery at a fraction of the cost. Well, that right there is something that I want to stress, is that battery is not meant for that product. So you might be getting a deal financially, but you're not getting a deal when it comes to fire safety, because that's what we're seeing is people aren't respecting the battery. They're not purchasing the correct battery for the correct product. And that's where the fire safety issue comes in. So,
yeah, that's something that honestly I never thought of until you just said it, but it's so true.
Right.
Where, you know, you get, I guess, the registered, the verified, the approved battery with the product. And then you're going on everyday life with it, safe. But then you're looking for a replacement. You're like, oh, look at this deal.
Right. And you go out and buy the expensive car.
Yeah.
Right. So you come home and you don't get the listed charger from the manufacturer. Right.
Yes.
So you got to get the correct car with the correct charger, and you go out to save a few dollars and you go get a cheaper charger. Well, that right there is what we're trying to get out. You know, charge into fire safety, respect the battery, follow the manufacturer's specifications, and you can keep you and your family safe in your home when it comes to lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah, this is definitely a trend that is growing and is going to continue to grow. So it's going to be important to keep this people top of mind. People have the education about it too, because, you know, batteries are coming into our lives at a rate that we've never seen before.
Yep.
And there's a cause and effect with everything.
We're buying the correct batteries. We are charging them correctly. And last but not least, we want to make sure we recycle them, right? So when it comes to recycling, a lot of times people will think, oh, I'm doing the right thing. I'm recycling correctly. I'm using the garbage or the blue bin or the green bin. When it comes to battery safety, we don't want to throw them in the trash. We do not want to throw them in the blue bin. When these batteries become damaged, they become a fire risk. So if just imagine that battery went into a garbage truck and it was being crushed, right? That's a risk to the community. So we've partnered with a Call to Recycle, which is an amazing company, and they have recycling containers at all of our fire stations. So if you are out there in the community, you can go to calltorecycle.org and look up the closest location for yourself. when you come in and recycle these batteries, you drop it off in a container. And the cool thing about these containers are they're sealed, right? They have a heat sensing device in there. So if all of a sudden there's a change in temperature, the fire department's called and we respond. They also have a device in there when it reaches a certain level, they're called to come pick it up because it's getting 60% full, right? So this is a way that we've partnered with Call to Recycle to reduce fires in the community. And we feel so strongly about it that we have these containers at the fire hall. So we try to make it as convenient as possible for the community. Please come on out, recycle correctly, respect the battery. And if you want to learn more about that, you can come to our open house on Saturday, September 20th this year. We have an open house every year in September, and Call to Recycle is there. So you can ask them more questions about battery safety.
Yeah, got to attend. Growing bigger and bigger every single year. It's probably going to be another big one. So let's talk about general family protection. Right. I think this is always important. Like, how can listeners protect themselves and their families against common causes of fires?
Yeah. So, I mean, number one, working alarms, right? And it sounds so simple, but the number one thing that you want to have for a home escape plan for your family is working alarms. And a lot of times if I talk to parents and say, do you have a home escape plan? The answer I usually get is, well, we've talked about it with the kids. They haven't really actually done it, right? So we want to encourage everyone to do it and practice your home escape plan. Because what I see sometimes anxiety with parents about, maybe I don't know if my kid knows what to do or my child knows what to do in the event of an emergency. So I know in my household, what we do is we simulate it's nighttime. So we ask everyone to go to bed, lie down, and then we want to push the test button on the alarm. And when we do, that's when we get up, we time ourselves to see how long it's going to take us to get outside to our meeting place. And we're around less than a minute, right? But as a mom and a dad, we can see that it takes us less than a minute to get out. We know with the study of fire nowadays, you have less than 2 minutes to get out of homes, right? With these open concept homes, with these new furnishings, polyurethane materials, fire is growing faster and faster in homes. So you want to have that sense of comfort that you and your family can get out in a really effective time. Once you go to your meeting place, I always say celebrate the victory. Try to break the time that you had last time. And we go out for family ice cream if we break the record, right? It's a nice way to reward everyone. And it's really simple and easy to do. We're in the community. Central York Fire Services, we've had a smoke alarm program for 30 years now, started in 1995. So if you are looking for education from the fire service on how to do a home escape plan, please give us a call during the summertime. We'll be out to play a game with your kids, do the home escape plan game in your home. I find a lot of families take us up on that because the kids are off in the summer. And we can show you as a parent how to do a home escape plan and make it fun and enjoyable for your kids.
Yeah, and it's cool to have the firefighters come to your house.
Right? There you go. There you go.
That's I'm learning lots already today. Like open concept homes is another thing of fire spreading quicker. And so open concepts, that's one thing. And then even what we're bringing into the home now, like the furniture and all the other elements of that too, is also amplifying it. So you're saying the fires are moving quicker now because of these decisions that we're making when we're building a house and furnishing a house.
Yeah, we can even go deeper, to be honest with you. The homes are built with lightweight construction nowadays, right? So what we find is a home that might have been lasting longer, that was built back in, the 50s with lath and plaster and different types of construction materials. Now we're going to a lightweight construction with drywall, open concepts. So the homes aren't lasting as longer, right? So those home escape plans where we're asking people to test how long it takes you to practice and escape, it becomes more and more important. And you want to have that sense of security for your family that, even with our eyes closed in the middle of the night, when we hear that smoke alarm sound, we know what we're doing. Everyone should know the sounds of fire safety. So for smoke alarms, it's 3 beeps for smoke and fire. And for carbon monoxide alarms, it's 4 beeps, right? So I'm going to do my best impersonation of a smoke alarm right now, right? So beep, 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 smoke, fire, carbon monoxide alarms, beep, 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 monoxide de carbon monoxide. right? So it's important to know the 3 beeps for smoke, 4 beeps for CO. And if you do hear that, please execute your home escape plan, get outside, call 911, let the firefighters come by. We'll do our job, especially with the carbon monoxide, right? You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. Please just give us a shout, and we'll be there as fast as we can with the big red trucks.
Yeah. And, your organization, you've been out in the community a lot this summer, talking to a lot of the neighbors in here. What type of conversations are you having? What are you learning? Walk us through that.
Yeah. I was talking to a firefighter the other day, and one of the most common misconceptions that I'm hearing over and over again is residents will say to the firefighters, well, I don't need to replace my alarms. They're hardwired, right? These are the ones that are hardwired into the home. So I don't need to. They're not battery ones like you guys are talking about. And, I'm so glad to be here today on this podcast because all alarms have an expiry date. You follow the manufacturer's instructions. It's 10 years on alarms, whether they're hardwired or battery, right? Alarms wear out. Alarms have birthdays, right? So at 10 years old, it's time to replace them. And 10 years is not a long time. When you buy a house and the days go by fast, but the years go by, the days go by slow, but the years go by fast, right? And it happens so quickly, 10 years. So, and again, we're out in the summer. We're here. We've received a grant from Firehouse Subs. They've been a great community partner for years with us. And we're going out in the community and installing those alarms where needed. So if you are a resident and you do call our number in the months of June, July, and August, we'll be there for you. And if you're unable to change your alarms, if you're unaware, we're there to help. So
yeah, shout out Firehouse Subs, hook and ladder, delicious.
It's very good. It's very good.
Let's talk about the open house a bit. Before we started this, I'd let you know my dad, he was a firefighter here for over 30 years.
Thank you for your service.
And I remember as a kid going to like the open houses. I'm dating myself here, like Sparky. Yeah. Sparky the dog is someone was walking around in there too. But, with Neighbor Media, we've attended the open houses a couple of times now. Now you got it really going on. You got a lot of attendance. You have a lot of activations. So talk about why we should come by, bring the family, and enjoy the time there.
Yeah, thanks for this opportunity. First of all, thank you for the support over the last 3 years. We've partnered with you guys for messaging and getting the word out. And definitely I feel there's something for everyone at the open house. So whether you're 4 years old or 94 years old. So we open the doors to the fire hall. Come on in. As you can imagine, we have the fire trucks. We have the firefighters. We see little guys coming by, little firefighters in their Halloween costumes, right? And it's a great opportunity to meet the firefighters. What you're going to see is a show. So we have the rope rappel that happens at 11 o'clock. We go off the side of the building. We do a technical rescue. So you're going to see the firefighters in action. It looks like Spider-Man. It's awesome. And then you have at 1 o'clock p.m., we have an auto extrication. And for those of you who don't know what that word is, it's basically we simulate a car crash and we use our tools to get into the car, take the doors off, take the roof off, and we show you how we'd rescue you if you were ever caught in that situation. So that's at 11, that's at 1. And then besides that, it's like a carnival type feel. So we have the popcorn, the food. We got a slushy machine this year. Tim Hortons will be there with their truck. Come ride the Tim Hortons Express train around the fire hall. That's a pretty good little ride. You'll get to learn all about fire safety. Again, our theme this year is Charge into Fire Safety. So you can learn all about lithium-ion batteries, the same thing we were just talking about right now, and how you can keep you and your family safe in your home. In addition to that, we have the water target game. You can come on out and dunk a firefighter. So last year we started raising money for the Hawkins Janak Foundation. So 3 balls for $5 and you can hopefully hit the bullseye and get someone wet. So it's a lot of fun.
I love it. Okay, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We'll put all the details in the show notes, and we'll try to get as many people as the neighbors to this event. And I hope everyone pays attention and listens to fire prevention. It's very important. I've learned a lot here.
Cool.
And one last question is, I heard that you're a Buffalo Bills fan.
Yes. So, go Bills.
Yeah.
We'll be coming back into action for 2025.
Do you feel like this is the year?
Yeah. I mean, Josh Allen's the MVP of the league. He's a great team leader. He's great for the community. And Super Bowl's in San Francisco this year. So that is where Josh is from.
Yeah.
So
the stars are aligning.
The goal is we're going to go to San Francisco, win a Super Bowl, and bring the banner back to the new stadium. So.
Yeah. I'm cheering for the Bills too. So that's great. Go Bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.